Yeah, I like. Hey everyone, it's Sean again. Yes, I'm still in the realm of Oogle. Eventually, I'll get out of this misty place. But joining me today is two guests talking about the reveals part two. So first up, we have my squirrel on a tree. It's Aiden,
Hello.
and then a man who screams "blood for the blood god." It doesn't matter what he's doing in life, whether it's wargaming or in the household. It's Connor.
Hey, how's it going?
Good mate.
I mean, that's a pretty good motto to live by, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It lets people know, like, where you stand as soon as you meet them.
Or it scares them away.
Oh, well, then they weren't worth knowing, right?
That's it. All right, so we'll get into a few quick articles and before we get into the main event. So, homeschooling Warhammer style, they're doing this little Warhammer alliance. So they understand that kids are at home and you want to teach your kids without sacrificing your hobby time. So they're showing ways of making it fun to do hobby as with the kids as well. So they've got here examples: design a banner. So
So get your kids to paint your banners.
yep, that's it.
Honestly, as someone who's, like, kind of in that space doing, because I'm an IT tech for schools and that, they're not planning to, like, be teaching the same hours like a normal school day would be, so stuff like this is great. So, like,
Yeah.
keep your kids distracted and let them, yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, like I say, it's a good thing. It just gets the family to interact in the sport, in the hobby as well. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And then on to the Primaris Lieutenants, the top 20
Another one.
Primaris Lieutenants. So I like the first one as a dead lieutenant.
Yeah, the one on under Abaddon's feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree that is the best one, even as someone who plays Space Marines himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you play Death Watch mainly, so you prefer the old ones, don't you? The new ones
Well,
aren't as good yet.
Deathwatch and Space Wolves, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, number
No, I
12
prefer
is your
Night
Space
Lords.
I like it how number 5 is actually just Alpharius. I do approve.
Yeah. Yeah, I like what they got. We're sure we can trust them. Yeah. And then number 4 is also that exclusive limited time lieutenant as well.
Look, here's my problem with, like, the vast majority of the lieutenants, and then that limited one. One, that limited one is just an Ultra Smurf. I'm sick of Ultra Smurfs. Get them out of here. And two, the rest of them are just, like, so bland. Like, that's the biggest problem with Primaris, in my opinion. They're all just dull and bland.
Yeah. What about your opinion, Connor?
I play Chaos Marines, so I'll take an Exalted Champion instead.
Fair enough.
Like,
That's what they're called.
I would love to be on the Chaos side where you still basically have your army, you're just getting new models instead of being, having all this Primaris crap shoved down your throat.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. They want you to replace everything.
Yeah, where at least with the Chaos guys, like, you're probably going to buy the new Chaos Space Marine kit anyway because they're sick, but you don't have to, so...
Mm.
And, you're also not in this weird limbo where you kind of need to take the Primaris stuff, but the Primaris stuff can't be transported by the old stuff for whatever reason. And then when you do want to kind of take the old stuff, can't go on the new Primaris stuff, and it's icky.
Do you think it's mainly because a lot of the primary stuff is Ultramarines focused?
It's because, well, the lore behind the Primaris stuff is that they're all just bland. like to begin with. Like they're all universal and swap outing and all that. I think it's just because like look from like a White Scar perspective, there's no Primera spikes. Like okay, so not really a White Scar army. From a Space Wolves or a Blood Angels perspective, there's no melee Primaris, so like there's nothing really that interesting there. Yeah, just and you know like some of the units need a lot of help still. Like Grievers are actually useless. Like just delete their data sheet and start again. They're that bad and
Yep.
stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. All right, and then color schemes and how to choose them. So they've done a bit of an article here on how to pick your colors. It's quite an interesting article. It's recommend reading it. So
Oh,
again, this is not telling you how to paint your army, but sort of giving you an idea of where you want to start and
It's color
brainstorming.
color theory and stuff like that, which is
Yeah,
really good because like if you're not like just following a style straight out of a book, actually coming up with your own color scheme can be quite hard. So
yeah.
Yeah, it depends on your army as well.
Well, that's it too.
and
Don't want to
how
make
much
it too
effort.
complicated if you got to paint 200 gaunts.
Yes. Looks over at my 800 or so clan rats.
That's what contrast is there, mate.
Yeah,
Oh,
brown.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm cutting down to only 180 clan rats. That gives me exactly the numbers that I need. Because stuff running a full verminous army.
Yeah. Well, talking about colours and paints, what have you guys been working on?
I did some bloodletters. It might have been a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, but that's been it so far lately.
Yourself, mate?
What's that? Ragnar.
That's who I've been working on.
Oh, yes.
I
Yep.
like him even more now that I see him in person. So I was kind of like, yeah, it's a nice update, but it's not that great. And then I assembled it, and like they didn't show like very many good shots of the cape, and the pose just looks so much better in person. Kind of like the old space the Space Wolf shoe, as I call them, the Space Wolf flyers, where I was like, they look terrible, and then I actually got to them like, these are freaking awesome. So I don't know.
So I'll just turn the share screen off, but just so people can see what you're showing. So it's probably not very good, but I'll share my Twitter page later. But I've just been working on this the Shadespire, the normal warband, and I've
Nice.
done his eyes.
Oh, you are a brave man.
I'll send it a link later, but I'm actually very surprised. You look far and you go, "Oh, that looks good." When you look really close, you go, "Oh, it's not that great." But when you look
Look,
far, you're like, "Oh, yeah, he's
just
done those eyes good."
just tabletop quality. That's your main goal. Does it look good from
Yeah.
3 feet away? Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Unless you really bring it in close, but yeah. So I probably spent nearly 2 days, so probably 4 hours doing the face.
Yeah.
You've done it once now, so next one will only be 1 day.
Yeah, well, thankfully Stormcast don't have a lot of headless.
Yes.
So, we'll go back to sharing. All right, so and then we'll get into the main event. So heroes, heretics, and the squirrel. So have you guys seen the previews yet, or this is the first time seeing it?
I had a quick squiz the day after they came out, and I had a quick squiz just on like the pre-screen here.
Yeah, I was kind of watching the night they came out, and then I had a double check the next day just to round it all up.
Yeah. So first thing is the Lumineth Realm Lords. So I'll play the video, but the sound's turned off. So you got Nick and Peachy here talking about the new army box, and pretty much it has everything in there. You got the battle tomb, you got the faction dice, and then you got the war scroll cards as well.
Yep.
So, objective markers in the box. so,
Eh,
so what do you guys think? Because this is probably going to be similar pricing to the Sisters of Battle, I reckon.
Okay. How much was the Sisters of Battle?
wasn't it like $250 or $300 dues or something?
I think it was about 300.
Well, it's kind of like a Star Collecting box plus all your bits. So
Yeah, it's like a stock collecting box with like an additional hero and dice and books. So yeah.
I mean, as long as it's all good stuff and the dice are good, then it's probably a good pickup.
Oh, looking at those
I mean,
dice,
those
I
dice
don't know how readable they're going to be, but they're definitely going to be more readable than the Adneth dice, at the very least.
Those dice look pretty good to me. Nice and clear, plain
Ah.
symbols. 6 is something special. That's it.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to see, like, when you get like 60 of them or so, how much like the opaqueness ruins it. But at least it's like black on yellow, so it's very
good colors,
strong colors. So it shouldn't be too bad.
They give you a little 3-inch widget thingy. I wonder if that's cardboard or metal.
That's probably just a cardboard pop out from your token sheets and whatnot.
Yeah, it'll be from the token sheets.
But as for the actual units, what is it like? Probably 10 spearmen, 5 riders, and then the 2 characters, the suit and the generic guy, I'm assuming?
No, it's one. So you got your 5 cavalry, your 10 spearmen. He's actually part of the spearman mob. He's the champion.
Is he?
Oh, okay.
I believe because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. So there's.
Oh, okay.
He can be built in 2 ways. He's got what you see now, and he's also got the hawk.
He looks pretty fancy for just a champion.
Yeah.
Are they gonna go like old Eldar style with these guys, where the unit champions are kind of like mini heroes?
Well, that's similar to the OBR, isn't it? Where every champion is its own mini hero.
Yeah.
So they could go a similar path. And then you got the big dude.
This model is freaking sick. I want to get this model just to do up for like D&D or stuff like that. Like, he is awesome.
Yeah, so this is the Shard of Valerian, I believe, off the top of my head.
Can you imagine how people are going to paint him with source lighting?
Oh
yeah. There's so much potential on that model. I love it.
Yeah, because I can see people going to get like some sort of perspex, fill in these gaps with it, and then make it like lightning going through them.
Yeah,
I can see a lot of work.
I wonder how flimsy it is, because some of the Nighthaunt models are like really, really flimsy, and it looks like his right leg, because he's facing us, isn't actually attached to his body or anything. So the left leg is holding like the entire body at that point. So I wonder how flimsy he's going to be.
Yeah, because
I think it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, that's attached to the stonework. That's only there. Maybe this grass here might be attached to the cape.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. It does look like the grass is attached, but
this arm will be on this cape, but this part here looks like it's attached to the shoulder. So I reckon this is going to be maybe a bit flimsy here.
Like most of the Nighthaunt, like they don't feel like they're going to break, but they do definitely wobble. So
he'll be the special model you have to pick up with that box.
Yeah, you're probably right there.
Well, if it's going to be similar to Sisters, what it'll be is he'll be exclusive to this, and then whether it's
6 or 8 months down the track, they'll release them separately.
No, I was going to say it's probably going to be 2 or so months, and then they'll release.
Well, the Canoness only just came out.
Did it?
Right, like that Sisters box came out end of last year, and like the Canoness only went up for sale like last week or the week before.
Yeah, but
So
that's release has been very staggered though, hasn't it?
it was because they said that Sisters would be out 2019, so they did that starter box, and that was, hey, look, guys, Sisters are out, and then starter this year they did like most of the stuff from the box besides the Canoness, and then it was like 2 weeks later they did the vehicles, and then 2 weeks later they've done everything here. So it's been like a month and a half.
Yeah. So it's been a very, very staggered release for Sisters.
I mean, I honestly feel like these Lumineth have been an even more staggered release. Like we've been seeing models in that forum for what 3-4 months at this point. Like, just give me the army at this point. Like they're only like I don't know. I lost all interest in them when they didn't all have angelic wings, but you know they're just high elves. Like, can we just have them and move on at this point, please?
Well, this is Teclis's high elf, so we don't have. So Tyrion isn't part of this. So there's a good chance he might get his army down the line.
Oh yeah.
Look, all I'm gonna say is the best elves they've done so far is definitely the Adoneth, because Space Turtle is a fantastic model.
Yeah. No, I couldn't
Yeah,
agree
they're nice.
more. Yeah.
Except for the eel flying bases.
Yeah. The new flying bases in general are just hard, but
Yeah, well, for a man who does Courage and Overlords, yeah, I know the pain.
Yep. I would be finding different solutions because stuff those new bases.
Yeah. And I reckon this guy's going to be like a unique character too. So
see, that's interesting, right? Because he, like, if he's a shard of whoever he was in the previous life, like he was a unique character or a lore character before, right? And then he got put in this suit of armor, right?
Yes,
but Durthu was a unique character, and now he's just a hero. So they could go down the Durthu road, and you could like take 6 of them, but I don't think so.
No, yeah, that's a possibility too. Oh, well, like I said, well, hopefully we hear in the next couple of weeks what's going on.
But see, I think Durthu is probably a little bit of a more special case because there's not that much to the Sylvaneth range, so they went, oh well, let's give you more reason to buy more Tree Lords. Where this range seems pretty fleshed out from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, it's going to be a very elite style army. So,
and how about their rule, lightning reactions?
Yep.
If this doesn't scream old high elves, I don't know what does.
Yeah, I misunderstood it when I first saw it because I didn't pay attention. But yeah, so essentially the rule is you pick 2, so you do 1, 2, then their first one, then you do 3, 4, then they do 2, and then if you got more, it's 5, 6, then their third. So
I see. Here's the thing, right? I was just talking with one of my roommates earlier, right? This this one relies on you being the aggressor, right? Because if you get charged, right, then the guy who's charging you is only going to charge 1 unit, right? Just make sure he doesn't pull in another, right?
Yes.
Unless he's really looking to wrap you to get attacks in. So you have to be the aggressor, and it's also a very it's obviously a very melee focused ability because it only happens during the combat phase, right? So do you, at that point, do you even want to take your shooting units that are in this army because you want to try and get the most out of this rule, or do you just kind of accept that you might have 3 or 4 shooting units, kind of like old high elves, and then just 1 or 2 big murder face units, and this rule just lets those 2 units go first all the time? It's going to be interesting to see what building a list for the pointy elves is going to be like.
That's it. Especially then if you're going against plague monks, it's just kill me and I'll kill you back.
yeah. Or I guess Wrathmongers don't do it anymore, but yeah.
I think people will just build lists around this rule and just double down.
Yeah.
Do you really think it's that good though? even in like full melee
Yeah.
armies, right? How often are you getting like 4 units in, right? Really, I think it's only going to be like your first one that it makes a big difference on,
Oh yeah.
and then after that, right? Like getting 4+ units in in like a single charge phase or even like a protracted fight, I don't see happening very often.
No, only
I
time
think
it's
it's
probably against horde styles. Yeah.
I think it's good if you've got little support heroes that can add their weight and be safe.
I guess it's also going to depend on like what their unit size is, right? Like, because like if their min unit size is like 5 and they don't get any discounts for going large units, then you might have like 5 hammer dudes here plus your big
Bull. Yeah.
bull
Bull,
dude
yeah.
plus maybe 20 spearmen here and the swordy guy there, and yeah, I don't know, but don't get me wrong, it definitely looks strong, but I don't know. I wonder if I'm valuing it more on paper than what it's actually going to be in game.
Yeah. And considering this is just one rule too, we don't know what others they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also Tom, I'm kind of looking at this from a Skaven point of view, where it's like I don't really care if you attack before my clan rats because they're not really doing anything. Just let me get back to my shooting a magic phase and blow you off the board. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like as a Corn player, Connor's probably looking at this and going, "Oh fuck, I wish I had that."
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of like a rule similar with Tyrants of Blood, and then Bloodletters have a few rules similar to it, but it is nice.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, all right. Blood Bowl for those who still play it.
Look, can I just have the squirrel? I don't even want the tree. Just give me the squirrel.
Yeah, a lot of people said, "I just want the squirrel."
Yeah, dude, he looks so mean. Like, can we also get like a squirrel, but instead of holding the acorn, he's holding like a mini ball instead?
I want the squirrel with the donut. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm assuming this was either a generic guy or it's a wood elf model.
This is for both halflings and wood elf.
Ah, it's tree man. Yeah, okay.
Old school treatment.
Yeah. So I'll go down. So it can be built in 2 ways.
Or you get 2 of them.
No, this is from the. Oh, well, maybe 2 would be nice, but I think it'll be just the one treatment in the box. You can build it one of either way. I don't think we're going to be that lucky.
I don't know. It's a nice model. I don't mind him.
Yeah.
But the squirrel is like they were right when they titled this post. What was it? Heroes, Heretics, and Squirrel. Yeah, Squirrel's
Yeah.
the best thing so far.
I just love seeing the squirrel. It looks like it wants to fight.
Yeah, yeah. Look, can I just have all my cheerleaders be squirrels instead?
Yeah. Horus Heresy. Now,
Word bearers.
yeah, I love these models. They look really nice.
Honestly, from what I've seen, these models are the highlight of this reveal. Like these just look fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
And
and
the other,
what's even cooler is that you could quite easily take these and use these as like just standard 40k models if you wanted.
that's
So
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, make them the heroes.
yeah, they are very, very nice.
Yeah.
So
And the nice thing is there's no spikes on them either.
Oh, we could add some.
Well, I just mean they look really clean. They just look really nice.
yeah, like that Terminator you could use as both a librarian or a chaos sork.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
It's just a shame the Forge World.
yeah.
Then into Middle Earth. So for the people of Gladstone and Mackay, they'll be loving this.
So I had like a quick squiz through this. Is this book literally just like here you can play the movie as missions, like as
I
a
think so. Yeah.
chain
That's
event?
what it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you
Okay.
can forge your own fellowship from your favorite characters. So if the ring bell if Bilbo was it instead, and if Saruman was your wizard.
That's pretty cool. Like, that would be like a Friday night, get some friends around, have a couple of beers, kind of thing. Like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So pretty much you can go, all right, I'll do the traditional fellowship, or I'll create my own fellowship.
Look, can I have a fellowship with like Lurks and Saruman, and can I have an evil fellowship that's trying to deliver the ring to Sauron?
Yeah, that'll be a quick game though. You got equals. Yeah. And then 2 new models. So Ambor and Blah. I'm probably saying it wrong, but
The Lord of the Rings models, like, really have me stumped. Like, they're definitely not the quality of like the new Sigma or 40k models, but they're obviously very much an upgrade over the old Lord of the Ring models. Like, I don't really understand what they're doing there, but
It's hard to say. I mean, they've got to put so much detail into how they look as humans or elves or anything else.
I mean, I guess also too they are smaller models, so maybe they don't have all the like they can't produce as detailed looking models, being that not heroic scale. Like,
yeah, I think
I
that's
don't know.
the issue. It's so smaller than. So if you put their humans next to one of the Age of Sigma humans, they're different sizes.
Oh yeah, because
So I think the details just so much harder to do in those smaller models.
yeah. Oh no, I like Lord of the Rings. From what I hear, it's a good game system now, and
Yeah,
as I have said in the past, the one of the big draws for me for the system is that the models are also great for D&D, like because they are the perfect scale size for D&D. So,
yeah.
and ranges just work so well as so many different things in D&D that yeah, if you want 2 unique looking guys, well, here you go.
That's it. Yeah. Angels of Death in Space.
Look, I'm holding out all judgment on this till I actually see it, but
Was this a
and
show or something?
yeah, so this is I don't know how they're releasing it, whether it's going to be like just a like movie
Movie style.
or like episodes, but it's done by the guy who did Hell's Reach, like the visual drama um of Hell's Reach that was fan made up on YouTube, and then Games Workshop had hired him to do this. So, I mean, it looks good. I know a lot of people have been saying, well, like Astartes or Loss of Hope is just so much better, but I know I really like the very. I feel like this might be a better introduction for someone new to like 40k because of the stylistic choice of the Blood Angels are red and everything else is the muted
Great.
grayscale.
Yeah.
So it's like this is what you should be not fucking everything else that is the 40k universe. So
Looking at this is a huge upgrade from the Space Marine movie.
oh, we don't talk about that movie. that movie never happened. Um, but yeah, no, it looks good. More 40k, like more media, and that is always good. But I will hold like it's still gotta be like interesting and entertaining to watch and have a good plot and all that. So I'll hold judgment on it till I actually see it.
If
Can
I
sit
get to
down
see
and
some
watch it.
Tyranids, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, the Terran is there.
Oh, there's Tyranids in it?
Yes. I'll
Cool.
go back a little
They're the
bit.
good guys. They're there to kill the red ones.
Haha. Yeah, because red means you're evil, right? Because they're
Yeah.
corn worshippers. You'd know a lot about this, right, Connor?
Only a little.
Here we
They're
go.
just blood angels. They're vampires. They're the bad guys.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the Space Wolf player, so I'm the werewolf, so I agree with this, but
Yeah. So this is your massive Tyrannid.
Oh yeah, the big bio ships and all that. Yeah, that's
the
cool.
buy ships. Yeah, so
I think the biggest draw for me for it is that you can actually see, like, it's kind of like Black Library, right? Like the best thing about Black Library is that it's not, it's fan fiction that isn't fan fiction, right? So
yeah,
it's the same thing. Like Astartes and all, and loss of Death of Hope or whatever is all great in that, and the Inquisitor one that didn't end up happening. Like it's all great and obviously mostly loyal to the source material and that, but it's not official. Like it's always nice to see like Games Workshop going, yes, this is how it should actually be and look and feel. So it'll be nice to see it when it comes out. But
yeah. And then they've got other ones. They've got Sisters of Battle, which is a different art style altogether. So some colours, and then some Space Marine.
yeah, I don't know.
So these,
I will be interested in seeing what the Sis one is like. But yeah.
and if this takes off, hopefully we'll see some span out into the other universe as well. Age of Sigma, see what happens.
Well, I think aren't they working on like an Eisenhorn episodic TV show, like following the books?
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
something
something
about
like that.
but
Like
I haven't heard anything more.
I don't know like how well that will go. Like, there's not actually much like mental like thought talk in that in Eisenhorn. Like a lot of it is vocalized or stuff like that. So I think it can probably be adapted quite well.
I've never actually read his books, the Eisenhorn series, so I don't know anything about the
Oh,
character.
honestly, I do. If I was to get someone into 40k, I would go read Eisenhorn and just hand them the first 3 books because it is a really good story, and it's also it doesn't go super deep into like it's essentially a sci-fi detective
Yeah,
trilogy, right? So it doesn't it has the 40k themes in that there, but it doesn't rely on you knowing them to push it.
yeah.
So it's a good stepping stone into the universe, and it helps that Dan Abnett is a fantastic author. So they're really good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I got into the novels of 40k book, Commissar Kane by Sandy
Ah,
Mitchell.
yep.
I like those stories. I just
Yeah,
always
Kane's pretty
waited.
good too.
Yeah. Now, a giant tease. So we've got
Well,
giants.
they're right. It's only giants. They don't show us any models.
Yeah.
Well, these are the models here that you see a little bit of. So you've got the Kraken Killer, the Skate Smasher, and I can't remember what the last one is.
War Stomper or something, I think.
Yeah, War Stomper, I think, yeah.
So my question is this army going to be like Sigmar's knights? Like, is it just going to
Yes.
be a 6 model army and you call it done?
Yeah.
One new giant kit with multi-part.
Well,
Maybe.
I hope it's
Well,
more than one.
probably 2 or maybe 3, but yeah. I don't know.
I just hope these are
I'll,
good size.
I'll be cool to see the models. No, this is gonna be destruction. 100% destruction. They're not gonna be good. They're not gonna be order.
No. But I wonder if this could be one of those armies where you could go into chaos too, because there is some chaos giants, or if this is just going to be destruction only.
It would be interesting to see like a multi-grand alliance battle tone.
Yeah. But I'll probably reckon 2 kits, I reckon, hopefully. Because the rumors are with this army is that objective basis, they can actually kick objectives around.
Oh, yep, that's what you've
that
heard.
that's going to be pretty cool if that comes out.
Yeah, so it's not like, oh, I'll just sit here. No, it's like, I'm going to kick it to my mate down the field.
What's going to be interesting is that unlike knights, which do so well in 40k because they've got that toughness value there to kind of fall back on and have like 70% of the weapons in the game be ineffective against them. You don't have that in Sigma. So like, how are they going to balance these guys? They're going to have like 24 wounds each or something like that, or they're going to have like 4 up, feel no pain or something. Because otherwise, I'm just going to run 180 plague monks at them and laugh.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll have a resilient save and maybe a damage reduction like Saurus or like the Coalesced, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they make them 90 in a system that doesn't have a toughness value, where a Skaven Slave wounds a giant as easily as it wounds another Skaven Slave. So
Yeah. I'll probably see they'll have a mass amount of wounds, probably a high toughness, so probably a 3 up or something. They'll have an after save, and they'll probably have some sort of damage reduction thing. Because you're probably paying like 400 or plus points for these, I reckon.
it depends. Like, how many points are like standard giants now? Because Tree Lord is 200. No, yeah, standard Tree Lord's 200, and that's what 12 wounds with a 3 up save. So
Something like that, yeah. But then you've also got the baby giants too.
there's going to be baby giants as well.
Well, the ones that have already been released.
Oh, the
No.
regular ones.
Yeah, the regular ones.
Oh, so what you're saying is that these are going to be giants, like even
Yeah.
bigger than the current giants.
Yes, that's the rumors.
Oh, like so actual knights. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I could see that being interesting at that point then.
Yeah. So these are going to be.
I would hate to transport that army down to like CanCon or something like that. But yeah, it would be interesting to see.
Yeah, because I could see the already released giants. They'll be like your what's the little walkers? The
The armigers.
yeah, armigers style, and then you'll have your 3 giants we saw there. That'll be your titans, similar to 40k.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe you'll see 2 kits, right? You'll see like an updated old Giants kit, right? And that will be your hybrid one that also goes into Chaos, and then you'll have like 1 or 2 kits to make the big ones, and they'll be multi-part as well. So you'll probably get like maybe the 6 big guys if you're lucky.
Yeah. Then we got 40k Psychic Awakening Pyraha. Probably pronounced that wrong. So
Pariah.
Pariah, thank you. Black Library's iconic, so I have no idea about this, but apparently she's a character for Sisters of Battle.
Yeah, so she is apparently she's from a graphic novel, I believe, and basically her shtick is that she's one of the few humans that is actually allowed to come and go from the Black Library, the Harlequin craft world, as she pleases. Like, there's only like 2 or 3 other humans that can go in and come out as they want.
Yeah.
And only like double that for the amount of people that it's ever actually seen it. So, and then from what I understand is that the Harlequin is her little friend that she makes throughout the graphic novel that follows her around. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a name character for Harlequin.
No. That's what I like. 40k. Can we have more Xenos releases? Games Workshop. Yes, but it's actually for Imperial players.
Yeah. So, I mean, the artwork's nice and all that. So.
Yeah, well, apparently they're redoing her graphic novel with like a recoloring or something like that. I've never actually read it, so this might be a perfect excuse for me to actually go read it, because she is mentioned in the Path trilogy, like, because they do go there and she's sitting there in the Black Library and makes a couple of snide comments, but yeah.
Okay.
I haven't read too much Black Library stuff, so.
No, neither have I overall. It just so happens that, yeah. What's interesting though is that they say that it's sisters, but what else is in that pariah? So is it also Necrons? Because
Possibly.
or is it Deathwatch and Harlequins? Because then down there they say that White Dwarf will be bringing new Psychic Awakening rules for Deathwatch and Harlequins. Why is that? Like, are they not getting their Psychic Awakening books, or is this we're not going to be able to push out Psychic Awakening books due to COVID-19, so we're just going to put them out on White Dwarf so you can have your rules and leave us alone, or
Probably thought nobody plays them. But yeah, I was surprised they didn't put these guys into a Psychic Awakening book. Maybe they just couldn't find a place for them. And there was that box set, which was Harlequins versus Deathwatch.
Well, see, I find that incredibly insulting because those two armies right there is your Psychic Awakening, and if you want something else, throw Necrons in there. Like Necrons haven't got a book yet, so there you go. You got Deathwatch going and beating up Necrons, and then you have Harlequins coming in and beating up Necrons as well because they hate each other, and Deathwatch is just there to MIB and kill all the Xenos. But
Well, probably you got the Sisters of Battle versus the Necrons, which I'm thinking, well, if you got the Sisters of Battle model here and the Harlequin model, why didn't you whack them in there?
Yeah,
Deathwatch in there is just an added extra. Why
yeah.
not? I just
they've done four. They've done four. Well, they're doing 2 4 faction books in a row with the AdMech one and the War of the Spider, because that's Emperor's Children, Death Guard, Custodes, and Assassins. And on the other thing is okay, so Assassins are getting their own Psychic Awakening. Does that mean Inquisition's getting their own Psychic Awakening? And if the Inquisitions get their own Psychic Awakening, well, why don't you just merge Deathwatch and Inquisitions together, like how you should have put the Inquisition in with all their militant arms when you released their codexes anyway?
Yeah.
But
I dislike Psychic Awakenings. I think it's a terrible way to release books and stuff.
especially also too when it's stuff like Marines getting litanies and that. As a Deathwatch player, yay! I have to wait a year at this point before I can finally get my litanies that you released for normal Marines. Cool.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Look, if it was just a way to release essentially we're not going back to doing the full campaign books that we were doing before, and it was just a way to go, here's these models that we had sitting that we have made that we didn't release with the previous codex because they weren't ready or whatnot, and we don't want them sitting in our storage shed for 5 years until your next codex comes out, and just be here, have some lore and some new models, and that's all it was, then it would be great. But yeah.
And then looks like Lucky Last will be buy your gift vouchers and get a few extra dollars more if you buy it in April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emerald Hobbies is still going to be cheaper. The biggest thing to note with this is that this will actually be a discount for you all if you need to buy web store exclusive models, which, depending on what armies you have, are very, very heavy web store exclusive.
Yeah. And they don't do too many of them, but maybe because of what's happening, maybe they'll try and push it a bit more.
Oh, they generally don't do discounts at all. This is just 100%. We still want revenue coming in even while our doors are closed because we still need to function as a company.
Yeah. And then they've got the preview number 3 for April the 18th. There
So
is
12
rumors.
days.
Yeah, there's rumors that a new Stormcast chamber's getting released.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Stormcast kind of like the Sigma Primaris Marines. Like, they'll just throw them out whenever they need more money.
Yeah. So I don't know if the third one will be the final one or if there'll be one more after this.
Well, I don't know I don't know how true it was, but the roommate was saying that they've apparently only gone through like 50% of the reveals so far, so
Yeah.
maybe another one afterwards. All I gotta say is that from a 40k perspective, what's been shown so far is quite underwhelming. From a Sigma side, well, you got two new armies at this point, right? Even though pointy-eared elves are being teased for since the start of this year at this point. So,
Yep.
but new giants. But
Yeah,
I think you're probably just going to see specialist games from this point on, or maybe a little bit more 40k, but. You got all the Psychic Awakening stuff kind of out now for 40k, so unless they reveal a new army, then I don't think you're going to see much else. I think it'll be like Psychic Fortress and stuff like that.
Band-Aid Awakenings.
Yeah. Unless they, wait till the fourth one and go, oh yeah, guys, 8.5's coming out.
Yeah.
But I don't see 8.5 coming out until all the Psychic Awakenings are out. So
yeah, and the way everything's going at the moment, who knows?
Yeah. I'm surprised. I think the only reason why we're getting this is because they would have prepped it all already for what was it, Adepticon or something that they were going to release it at.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see not much come out for the rest of the year because it's just going to take that long for the world to get over this. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because I'm hoping next week's, well, not next week's, the fortnight's preview will have Underworlds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like all your specialist games, because they've only shown Warcry and maybe Aeronautica. Like, was Tau in the first one for Aeronautica? I think I remember seeing a Manta.
Yes, I remember something vaguely about it. That was the first preview, yeah.
Yeah. So you still have Underworld, Titanicus, Necromunda, Kill Team.
Yeah, which you don't hear much about Kill Team these days. So,
well, that's because like Kill Team kind of just like exists. Like it got its chapter approvey thing at the end of last year, and it just kind of exists and potters along because it's so interlinked with 40k, right? So it's a good game though. It's not as good as like a dedicated skirmish game, but for what it is, quite good.
I only ever played the original Kill Team that was from the 4th ed rulebook.
Ah, yeah. Because I got a heap of guys locally who are interested in it as like a not even really as an entry point to 40k, but as something to play as an entry point to the universe. And you buy 1 or 2 boxes and you're done essentially. And it's not a bad game, so have some fun.
Yeah, well, Aiden and my plan was originally that you were going to run a Kill Team event, but that's been on hold now.
Yeah, that'll probably have to be next year sometime. I was actually talking to Josh because one of the Thousand Sun sorcerers is holding like a staff like that. I was like, you could totally change that to a guitar, get like a corn biker and get like the Wrathmonger torso so he's bare chested and set him up on like a drum kit with skulls and then get the Emperor's the Emperor's children guitar guy for the main guitar and then get one of the Nurgle Plague Marines as the bassist and have the Thousand Sun Sorcerer with a the Thousand Sun Sorcerer on the disc with the book in front of him because
Yeah.
he's going like that, and have that as a mic, and then do that up as Kill Team the band, and have that as your first place tournament for the Kill Team event. I'm like, I kind of want to do this now. So that would be pretty sick. That might be my hobby goal for this year. Do that up as first place tournament, first place trophy.
But you got to get that Skaven race done first. Yeah.
I'll paint them eventually.
Yeah. So I
I'm
don't
just
know
going to keep
about.
plugging away with corn.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about up in Rocky at Millennium, but I know the Gladstone Nextra, they're starting to run low on supplies. I don't know if you had a chance to go in there, Aiden.
To Nextra, no, I haven't been in for a while. See, the problem with Nextra is that they're not priced competitively. Like, if I need paints or something like that, I'll go in there, but for models, no.
Yeah, well, I convinced them to do a 10% off sale, and I reckon half their stock's gone.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think the 10% off sales definitely helped them, but as someone like me who buys for tournaments and then buys like a lot, it's not viable for me. So
I don't know if you've been up to Rob's. How's he's going up there, Connor?
I was in there. Might have been 2 weeks ago. Something. Just getting a few paints and a little quiet, I guess.
Yeah, I was up there 2 weeks ago as well, and like he still had stock at that point, but Games Workshop hadn't closed by that point. Like they closed that week after. So what will be interesting is to see like how Emerald stock levels are going. Since they pretty much supply the country, I wouldn't be surprised if they're more or less sold out by this point.
A lot of their paints
just gone. Yeah,
are gone. Yeah. I think Rob's still got lots of paints and all that.
Yeah. He was getting sent less and less paints, but he's still got a bit there, and plus the new Vallejo stand he's got, all the crafting basing bits.
Yeah, so I was going to say, if anyone wants paints, probably look at Rob's, because I know Emerald's pretty much sold out on a lot of paints.
Combat Company does paints on that too, if you guys are desperately looking for paints. I don't know if they're still open. I haven't checked their site.
Yeah. Well, Rob does the 20% off to Emerald and $5 postage, I think, from the tops of my head.
Yeah, well, if you can go from Rob's, then it'll be cheaper at that point. Then, but Emerald has a good. Not Emerald. Combat Company has a good supply of stuff if you need things.
Yeah, if you can't get it from there. Of course you would, Horace. You buy all the Noel oil. You're probably selling that for $10 or $20.
Reselling Noel oil.
Yeah. I've seen so many videos and photos of people going, I spilt my Noel oil.
I actually need more Null oil, so I was looking through my paint collection the other day going, where's my Null oil? Then I'm like, shit, that's right, I ran out and didn't replace it. So there's my excuse for not getting my painting done. Don't have my Null oil.
Oh, I might have.
I think Horace can sell you some. What was it, 25?
Yeah, I'm not that desperate for it. I can, just not ink it and just buy Null oil once it's all.
Just use soy sauce.
Nice. No, I'll go true hardcore. I'll actually just go buy some oil, dip it in like actual engine oil.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's for your AdMech, though, isn't it?
I don't have AdMech, so.
Yeah. So
with AdMech, you've got to coat them in WD-40 for that smell.
For the true, authentic smell.
Yep.
Transport will be hard. Yeah, let's take out my opponent by the fumes.
Nice.
Yeah. So No, so I was a little bit disappointed with what they showed. I feel like that they are sort of just dragging us out.
Yeah,
I know why they're dragging it out, but
Oh, it's the same reason why they've dragged the Pointy Elves releases out for so long. They've got nothing else, and especially with like the lockdown happening, they're going to have nothing else.
yeah,
So
yeah. Because I don't know when the LVO was meant to be, but that's only is that normally 2 months after Adepticon, the Las Vegas Open?
no, that's already being gone. That's like
Is that being
January.
gone? Is it? Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
'Cause I-
LVO is like LVO is like a week or two before CanCon. Generally, I think.
I
oh,
thought they
okay.
were on at the same time.
Oh, yeah, they must have been. Yeah,
I think it depends on the year. Like I think 2018 there was like a week or two difference between them or something. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Because you got Adepticon. There's normally something else afterwards. It must be something in the UK then. Must be their Warhammer release or something.
I know that the like Bay Open is generally not that far behind Adepticon, but I don't think they do reveals there.
No, no. So it must be their Warhammer UK World. They normally do it. Must be
I
the
know.
one for the
I know there's another big tournament that they generally do
yeah,
stuff in like another 3 months or something like that. But
yeah.
yeah.
But, no, like I say, they'll be what is it? So they got 2 weeks, and then they'll probably be in 2 weeks after that because we've got an Anzac Day. I don't know whether they'll do anything on
Oh,
that weekend.
they won't stop for Anzac Day
No,
because they're not based here. So
no, that's true. Yeah.
it'll be. I think the only reason why they're not doing it next week is it's a banking holiday or something in the
Well,
UK.
it's Easter long weekend.
Ah, yep,
Yeah.
true.
So yeah. So
But
probably
yeah, 2 weeks after that, and then if they are really only halfway through, another week after that, and then we'll finally be done with all this, and we might actually be able to have some decent conversations about what they're revealing, and probably cry about how it won't be in our hands till next year at this point.
that's it. Yeah. So anyone in the chat, if you want to join us for was it the 6th? So they'll do the reveals the 19th
Eight.
one. So probably 20 or 21st. We'll do a video for part 3. And
21st.
then
Yeah, that's a Tuesday.
yeah, so Monday or Tuesday. And then if I got another one, we'll try and do one the following week.
Maybe we'll
And
actually see some giant models.
it would be nice.
I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna see any with
Yeah.
because you kind of got the reveal there, so I don't know if they're gonna go. Well, here's an actual giant model.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe if they because I I don't know. As a Space Wolf player, I found that their turnout machine is quite ahead of what they're actually revealing. So in a couple of months or so, you might see some giant models that they've already had done and sitting in warehouses and that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you'll see giant models in this like lot of reveals.
Because normally they have their models probably ready about a year to 18 months
Oh,
normally.
it honestly depends. Like if it depends.
Yeah. So, but no, so like I say, if anyone wants to join, we can do that. And if there is a fourth one, we might try and drag as many people on because we can have 6 people on this.
Yep.
So we'll have everyone. Let's have a discussion of the final part 4.
Mm-hmm.
If there isn't, then we'll just do pretty much a recap of what we liked and what we didn't like about the whole previews. So that's the plan anyway. I like what Horace just said. As a Space Wolf player, let me tell you about giants.
As a Space Wolf player, let me tell you about getting fucked over and having day one FAQs to fix your books because they've been sitting in warehouses that long.
Yeah. And wasn't the French one was the only one that was accurate or something?
I don't know.
But yeah. But all right. So, is there anything else you guys want to discuss before we bring it to a close?
No, nothing in particular related to the releases, I guess.
Yeah.
No, not really. Like as we kind of said, the releases haven't been that exciting. So
No. I think if they released a model with the Giants or something like that, it might have got a bit more psych because you go even if it's just one of those three.
yeah, the 3 or 4 that they announced or something.
Yeah, I think that's what they need to start doing. I mean, I know you got Blood Bowl, but it's not really majorly played as much as it used to be. Not when it came out 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
I think it depends on your area. Like I definitely
Yeah.
see some Blood Bowl tournaments still getting like pretty big numbers, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know we've got Gladstone here. There's a bit of Blood Bowl, but it's just hit and miss.
yeah, not anything like when I was first coming out.
Yeah, and I know they've got to cater to everybody. So
Yeah.
but,
No, you're right. Giants are exciting, but there's not much to talk about Giants. Like it was
We don't know anything yet.
yeah, it was teasers about names of models. Nothing else actually concrete. And who knows? They might not even be models. They might just be, fluff characters in the background. Like,
no, they'll be models. I think they'll get crucified if they did that. Yeah.
but no, like I am interested in the Giants to see if they actually play like 40k Knights for Sigma, and I will be curious to see how they make it work in Sigma without a toughness stat. So
No, that's fair enough. I agree. Be
Yeah,
interesting.
I'd like to see how they do that too.
see if they
Yeah.
can flex their design brains to actually come up with a rule set that will work for them. That doesn't make them either hideously overpowered or hideously underpowered. So
Well, if they get rid of that drunken rule, that's the first step.
yeah,
I'm still waiting on to see how they deal with objectives and having one model. Are they going to make them count as lots? Are they going to do that for everyone? Like Beast Claws?
Well, I reckon
Mm,
there'll be probably Beast Claw. That could be one of the big giants are 20 models or something.
I think they're going to move that way for all of Age of Sigma for some reason, I think.
You reckon?
Yeah, I mean, Beast Claws, they can use Noblars, can't they, if they really want bodies.
Yeah.
So why do their other stuff get to count as lots of models? And then they didn't put that in for Seraphon. Weird. They have lots of big dinos. They still count as one. And then
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with the Giants. I think that rule
Well,
could become standard.
yeah.
Maybe
well,
most could count as 10.
yeah, okay. Beast claws were relatively common. Oh, sorry, not common. New, I should say.
Yeah. Celeste doesn't need any new buffs, so they're fine.
But like they also didn't because didn't the new undead and the ogres come out at the same time, and they didn't make any of the big boys for the undead have that rule either. So
No.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
like the crutch goblin monster dude still only counts as one.
when
And stuff
Nagash, like
like that.
Zach saying in chat, should count as 20. Archaon should count as 20.
Oh, if not
They
more.
shouldn't. They shouldn't get beaten by 2 clan rats.
I mean, you got to give him a clan rat something. Come now.
Yeah, no, I
But
can
no,
see.
you're 100% right there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you even look at your bloodthirsters and all that.
I mean, I don't like when monster like full on monster mash is already somewhat discouraged by only being able to take 4 behemoths. I can kind of see a reason to put it in, but
Yeah.
Like if you're doing something like the Seraphon, where you can take 1,000,000 behemoths and then still get lots of cheap bodies through skinks, then I don't think the army needs it. So maybe they're just doing it on an army by army basis. But
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, because I think with the beast cores, you can either be peace cores or you can be gut busters. So, and don't the gut busters have a
have the Noblars?
well? They got the well. You can have Noblars and beast claws anyway.
Oh,
But
you can.
yeah, yeah. But what is it? They have the is it one model is 3 bodies
I think it's 1 is 2. Might
or
is
one
right.
is 2? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So that's how they make up. So maybe it's just a destruction thing. They just give them extra. Yeah, the bigger you are, the more units you're worth.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think it's something that it'd be neat to show at the next preview what their plans are with the Giants, because I feel like this was just all focused on the Lumineth, which they probably could have done in the second preview.
Well, let's be real. Like, Lumineth should already be out. Like, we should be getting new stuff. Like,
yeah. And if we didn't have the virus, you'd probably see them coming pre-order this weekend or next weekend.
probably this weekend, because this was all meant to be done like a week ago, right? So this would have all been revealed last week, and then pre-orders would have been this week or something.
Yeah, that's
But
it. Yeah. All right. So, well, it was good to have you on, Connor.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. And thanks, Aidan, for joining me again.
it's all good.
Yeah. So, I say we'll look at doing another video in a fortnight's time. I'll get message me if you want to join us and all that. We'll try and get it more people on, and like I say, we'll have a bit of a party for the final episode, or if there's a part 4. Otherwise, we'll just do a big recap of the 3 previews and what we liked and what we didn't. And yeah.
Might actually be able to, go, wow, the releases weren't bland and boring by the end of it.
Yeah, that's it.
There was actually something to talk about.
That's it. And if anyone has any topics or factions they want to talk about, even if it's just a beginner's look at a whatever faction, we can even do one of those. So,
let's do a Seraphon talk.
Yeah,
Dino talk.
Yeah, I have a perfect person I want to get him on, talk about it. Yeah, and I think you know who I'm talking about, Aidan. He sold his dinos.
Yes, and I bet you he's kicking himself now over that.
Oh yeah. He was telling AOS coach that he sold his dinos only after I was telling him not to. So
yeah, gotta be patient. Games Workshop works in circles.
But so many people started selling their dinos after the book got released.
Oh yeah. Well, he sold his book as well.
Like two or 3 months before the new book came out, and we're like, dude, just hold out a little bit longer.
Yeah. Well, he sold his book, I think, about 2 weeks before they revealed the Seraphim Battle Tomb. He's like, haha, the sucker who brought that.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, thanks for everyone who joined us in the chat and watching. Like, subscribe, tell all your mates. And if you ever want to come on the show, everyone's more than welcome. This is for everybody, especially during this time of crisis. And be safe, and we shall see you next time.
Later.
Have a good one.